the knowledge, man, not necessarily the money. The money is just a tool.
What's good, trappers? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Y'all know my goal is just to help the culture build wealth one share at a time, right? So, for me, it's all about educating, right? It's not so much as about me saying, pick this stock, pick that stock. Because if I do that, and don't get me wrong, I'm going to go through, times where I'll be like, yo, this is what I'm looking at, right? I think I may do a segment where I do, stocks of the month. Let's look at these stocks this month. Let's see how they perform. I may do something like that. But just me telling you all what stocks to buy, I'm not going to lie, I'll never do that, right? Because, again, we're going to focus on putting together your investment identity. And so that's something amazing that we're going to do, and that's something amazing that we're going to build that. We're going to help y'all build that. And I am going to do a segment on, I think I'm going to make it out a series, like different parts where I break down your investment identity, like this, look for these. I think I'm going to do that so you can break down the anatomy of a great, that's good, the anatomy of a great investor. Let's drink on that. Shout out to the Wallstreet Trappin Cup. All right. So today, I want to give you all some guidelines. Let's talk about 3 or 4 guidelines that every investor should have, right? But first, before we do that, man, do me a favor, like and subscribe like this video, subscribe to the channel, you dig, and comment. Do those 3 things for me. No, 4 things. Like it, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, comment, and then share it with somebody. Yeah, because we're going to build this up, man. Let's build this up, man. Let's make this the hottest educational YouTube channel out. My goal is to put out about 4 or 5 videos a week. We definitely in the lab trapping. If you want to text me at the number 504-499-1234. That's the trap phone. I always keep it on me. What I did was I literally went and got my trap phone and I turned it back on and I linked it. And so now I just talk to my trappers all day. I mean, it's a lot. Right now we got like 3,000 people. I just did it yesterday. I got like 3,000 people on it, and it's just for that. So, I literally like text them, text back, So it's just a way for me to stay connected with people outside of social media, and to keep people in tap and in tune with me, what I'm doing. I literally text back. Again, if you text me, be like, Trap, you ain't text me back yet. Yo, it's 3,000 and growing. So don't trip. We get into everybody. So let's open up the trap house, and let's talk about 3 or 4 things, man, when it comes to just some guidelines that we should be looking at as investors. I think the first thing on the list of guidelines is understanding price versus value, right? I think that is important for us to know, because what people are willing to pay for something doesn't mean that's what it's worth. Right? And I think that's one of the things that always will confuse people. Like, people jump in the market and say, oh, this is high, this is cheap. Well, it's not the physical price that's high as cheap. It's what's in the background of that, right? Because it says a stock can be $16 and be way overvalued, right? A $16 stock can be really worth $4. But if you pay $16 for it, then you pay too much for it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's important that we understand price versus value. One of the things that people going out the gate in the stock, they look at the price first. Man, that stock costs this. Man, that stock costs that. Well, if you look at it like that, of course you're going to already be biased toward the price. For me, it's things that I get into. Like, I see the price, but I don't see it. Because if I see it and look at it, now I'm going to just human nature makes you make a biased decision on that, right? Oh, it's only $100, and you start saying to yourself, well, the stock is $130, but I done spent $130 130 times. I know I can buy that. Not the idea or the strategy I want you to go in here with. I want you to ask yourself one of the things. Okay, it's $135, it's $135, it's $200 for this stock. Why is it worth that? And then we work backwards and get into some of the things that now complements that price, right? Again, we talked about products and services, management, meaning, moat, financials. We talk about those things all the time. But these are some of the things that now help us get into, is it worth that, right? And one of the things we often say is price is what you pay, value is what you get in return, right? So for me, I always want to understand before I pull a trigger on anything, is it worth what the market wants? Because here's the thing about the stock market. The stock market will sell water to a well, right? Classic Jay-Z bar. Shout out to Hov, man. The stock market will sell water to a well, right? The stock market will sell you anything because here's the thing. It is a world that is consists of what? Buyers and sellers. Somebody buys, somebody sells, and we get into this beautiful little area called liquidity, right? The only way you can sell something if someone is willing to buy it on the other end. Right? So now we got to ask ourselves this, and this is what Warren Buffett said, and I'll just make it sound beautiful, right? You don't want to buy a stock and hope that someone is dumb enough to pay more than what you paid for it. Bars. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I gotta get my box. We definitely got to get that working. You know, tech is just not my thing. If you can help me get this working, man, my sound box and stuff, comment below and say, Trap, I'll come to the end and get that shit together for you. You feel me? And that's one of the things we don't want to do, which is why we are great at being long-term investors, because we want to buy it, and by the time we do want to sell it and take profit, we want to be the ones saying, hey, it's all love. I paid $6 for it, and now it's worth $600. Of course I'll sell it to you, right? And it's easy to get somebody to buy it in the future when you bought it for cheap. You feel what I'm saying? That's just the psychology of an investor right there. I just brought y'all into something real dope. But we need to understand that, right? Price, like the stock market will sell us anything, right? Listen to me. GameStop was a $14 stock. People bought it for $200 and $300 thinking it was going to go up some more. The epitome of, I'll buy something and hope somebody is dumb enough to buy it from me at a higher price. You feel me? GameStop was a $40 stock. When it got to $40, I was like, oh, they tripping. People were spending $100, $200, $300. Now, don't get me wrong, if you traded it, you wasn't willing to own it, but you wanted somebody dumber to buy it from you. I'm just saying, that's the way the market thinks, right? And I hope no one takes offense to that, but that's just the reality of it. But if we understand price versus value, what is it worth and what is the market willing to pay for it? You feel what I'm saying? Because if you bought GameStop at $300, oh my God. Thinking it was going to go up some more? Oh my God. You got stuck with the bag. You got stuck with the bag. And my goal is to never get you to be able to, my goal is to never get you stuck with the bag. My goal is to always make you the plug. Because the plug always going to make more money than a junkie. I think we'll sip to that. My objective is to always make you the plug because the plug will always make more money than a junkie, yo. I'm just saying it's the nature of the game. I'm going to just speak facts. Some people going to like it, some people not. So we need to understand price versus value. What is it worth and what is the market paying for it? Because once we understand what it's worth, now it's saying, you know, I'm not about to pay that for it because it's too high. I'm going to go somewhere else. This is why we can have a watch list with 200-300 companies on it. Because we just going down seeing what companies are worth, putting the worth on side of it and keep it moving. And once they hit the price that we worth, when we rock with it. Prime example, Chipotle. When I was looking at it, it was $800-900. I missed this. I was like, all right, I waited 2.5 years for it. Was able to get it at full 25, and now it's pushing 1,500. Price, value. And that leads me into the next thing, man. Fear versus greed. Fear and greed rules the market. When people are greedy, stock market runs up. Right? Which is why we look at the greed and fear index. It tells us the sentiment, how the market feels. It tells us the emotion. Listen, I'll never tell. So it's not so much as taking your emotions out of the game, it's being able to check your emotions at the door. The minute I say, well, the market is on, boom, my emotions at the door. I'm talking to a queen, my emotions in it. You feel me? Because I'm emotional. I'm passionate about it. When I'm talking to the market, when I'm in the streets, I check my emotions at the door. When I was in the streets, emotions at the door. When I'm in the market, check the emotions at the door. When I'm with my daughter, all of my emotions come out. When I'm talking to a queen, all of my emotions come out. When I'm talking to my mom, I'm emotional. Right? So it's not so much as saying I'm going to take my emotions out, it's checking them. Right? Because it's human nature to have emotion. Right? But we need to understand that when the market is greedy, Buffett said it again. Like, Buffett is like the Aristotle, because he's full of quotes that you can live by. Right? When the market is greedy, we're fearful. When the market is fearful, we're greedy. What does that mean? When the market gets greedy, when everybody buy, again, what I did with GameStop. When the market is buy, everybody running up, I'm just sitting back. I'm sitting back. I'm chilling. Right? When the market is greedy, we're going to load the clips. We're going to set it off. You feel me? We better let the things fly. You know what I'm saying? We better unload the clips. You know why? Because while everybody greedy, that means they selling. It's like in real estate. You look for motivated sellers in real estate. You look for people who are willing to sell you their high-priced house at a discounted price, which is going to get us into our next thing. Only buy stocks at fair value or on sale. You know why? Because that's putting your return on steroids. It's not water whipping the work, but it's turning a 4 into an 8. Right? We ain't gonna water whip it, but that stuff, we make it jump back. The objective of the game is to make the word jump back. I'm just saying. Right? So when you buy stocks at an all-time high, you're now taking away from your return because it is already at an all-time high. Now what has to happen is the stock now has to either find new support, right? Or more people got to come in. But if we let it fall, right, to where there's a floor or a discount, now it can only go up. We don't want to buy a stock that's up and now we want it to go up more, right? Because now we need more people to be greedy. We don't want that. We want to buy it at a discounted price. That's Benjamin Graham, right? Benjamin Graham said we buy stocks at a margin of safety because even if it's a horrible business, if you buy it he like to call it a cigarette butt, right? They got a little bit left in it. He'll buy a company at a margin of safety. He'll put a lot of money in it at a discounted price. That way it'll go up a little bit. He get off it and make a killing. Warren Buffett actually redefined that method once he got with Charlie Munger. He said it's better to buy stocks at fair. It's better to buy great businesses at a fair or discounted price than to buy trash businesses. You feel what I'm saying? Because Ben Graham was on some games. He was on some, look, I don't care what kind of business it is. If I get it at discount price, I'm going to tear it up. Right? Buffett redefined the strategy a bit more and was like, yo, I'm going to buy great businesses at a fair price or discounted price. Because at this point, now what happens is more people are going to buy up, and that now gives me time. It's all about me tapping into the psychology of you as an investor and me helping you identify or paint the picture of your investment identity. We'll drink to that. And lastly, part of our guidelines is we want to set goals. One of the things I ask myself is, again, and we said this before, not how much money I make out of this stock, but how can a company perform, right? But we want to have a goal for each stock. What is the goal? Like, what do I want to see here? Like, what is this investment for? Right? When this investment, not if, but when this investment plans out the way that I think it can plan out, when this investment performs the way that my homework has told me it can perform, what is my goal for this? And I think that helps us along the way. I think and I know one of the most important things in our arsenal when it comes to building wealth is starting to set goals. Let's make goals. Let's make a goal for each investment that we make. This investment here, I want this investment to pay my house off. I want this investment to pay my car off. I want this investment to do this. I want this. And now once we start setting them goals, we now being intentional with everything that we do. intentional, strategical, meticulous is what we doing over here at Wallstreet Trappin, right? So listen, man. I hope I give you all a ton of value with just this segment. Again, the goal for me is to educate the culture on how to build wealth one share at a time. Not so much as telling you what stocks to pick, but how to go about picking your own stocks the right way. I don't want to fish for you. I definitely want to teach you how to fish or how to trap, man. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper, man. Listen, do me a favor, man. Do me for a small favor. That's all I ask you, man. Listen, like this channel, like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, and share it with somebody. And if you want to trap me on a daily basis, man, text me at 504-499-1234. Check me out on YouTube, Instagram, Wall_Street_Trapper. Definitely, Trapper Apparel Inc. is in full effect. Check that out at Trapper Apparel Inc. on Instagram, or just check out the site, man, TrapperApparelInc.com. Yeah, it's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper, man. Trap with me.